Okay, I'm not sure if I like M1. Mostly because when I transferred money to I thought I was transferring money to my brokerage account so that I could invest it wherever I wanted. So you have to do a minimum of $100. It won't let you do more than or less than $100. So for shits and giggles, we're gonna do $100. Now, I took it from my billing account. And I thought that putting it in here would be my brokerage account. I thought maybe I nicknamed it that, not realizing that that's my, what they call your pie. Well, I only have one stock in my pie. So, everything went into ORC, which is fine. They're paying like a 13-14% interest. 14.5% interest. So it's going to take me about 6 years to get that money back if I don't touch it. Well, the stock's down right now, and it was down since I put the money in, and I didn't want to put the money in there. I don't know how this stupid thing works. Not this, but this. So I bought 12.5 shares at about $8 a share. And now it's down $1. I don't even know how to take it out. Alright, so whenever I get my dividend, where's it gonna go? This is the default option for cash dividend payments. Paid dividends will collect in your cash balance. Well, why can't I put my money in my cash balance? Why did I have to go directly into my portfolio? I don't understand. Just like with a normal deposit, that's not true. Funds in your cash balance will be invested according to your auto investment, blah, blah, blah. Alright, well, I don't know where this cash balance account is. I guess I didn't create one. And I don't know how to create one. So I'm still learning how this thing works. I'm definitely not going to add any more money until I figure this out. I'm not really worried about the stock going down as long as they don't go bankrupt and I lose my $100. But I just want to be able to dictate where my money goes. So here's my portfolio. And like I said, ORC is the only one in there. And I guess if I added the $100, it would maybe evenly distribute to, like say if I had two things in there, then it would divide it up in half and go $50 into this one and $50 into this one. I'm not sure. But that's not how I wanted to do this. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait till I get my dividend. Maybe then it'll create a cash account for me. Because I don't know how to create a cash account. That's funny, it says no annual fees, but then down here it says $3 a month platform fee may apply. I thought they said there was no annual fees. Yeah, there's no annual fees, there's just monthly fees. No big deal. Right. Only reason why I'm looking at this is because my current credit card, well, my Capital One card raised my credit limit, or raised my interest rate, and I'd like to hopefully maybe transfer the balance. I'll have to edit that part out. 8% interest. Borrow from us. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. I got one credit card almost halfway paid off. I'm focusing on getting it paid, the 30% one paid down as quick as possible. Then I'll get the 20% one paid down. Anyway. Oh! Here it is. Okay, so I skipped an option. So make sure you set up a cash account first before adding any money to your portfolio. I'm gonna hold off on this and see if it puts the money back into my checking account next month, and because I mean, this is a high yield cash account. Oh yeah, 4.5%, basically just like Robinhood does, except I think Robinhood gives you a little bit better return on your investment or your savings. But anyway, yeah. So first thing you need to do when you use M1 is set up a cash account. Then add stocks to your portfolio. Which I don't even remember how to do that now. There it is. Alright, yeah. Okay. So, click on earn, set up a cash account, then click on invest, and start adding stuff to your portfolio. Then maybe, at that point, you can add the money to your cash account rather than having to put it directly into your portfolio. Now, I'm going to basically use this and I'm going to test it. If I don't set up a cash account, will it automatically put the money into my checking account instead? I don't know. We'll see. And the next time I invest, will it automatically divide it up evenly between all my stocks or whatever? So basically, what I'm gonna do is have only stocks that pay 10% or better in Cash App. Then
Speed limit reduced ahead.
that way, you know, I get it. It'll only take 10 years to get a return on that investment, but I always have money coming in to my Cash App account. Some things will pay better, some things will pay less, but anything that pays more than 10%, I'll keep in Cash App. Otherwise, I'm getting rid of everything else.
Speed warning.
I probably won't do Bitcoin in Cash App anymore either, because there's other apps that you can invest in crypto. So I'm just going to use a crypto app to invest in crypto.
Right curve ahead.
Like Uphold, and there's a couple other ones where they actually give you access to all the cryptos, not just whichever ones they think are necessary. And Robinhood, hang on, let me pause this. That way.
Roundabout. Take the second exit on US 34.
Robinhood, I'll basically invest in everything else, starting from the highest to the least. So, and then this dividend tracker, I can basically say, okay, these are all the stocks that I don't have yet. Now, right now, I'm not investing in these because they pay less than 30% or 20%. But because I'm only investing in stocks that give a yield that's higher than the interest rate on my debt. So once I get my credit cards paid down and I'm only paying on my pickup truck and my mortgage, then I'll start investing in things that pay more than 14%. Till then, I'm just collecting the dividends from everything that I already have invested in that pays less than, but I'm not reinvesting. For example, right here where you see the woohoo, those are all stocks that gave me a dividend, but they have their yield is less than 20%. So I'm not reinvesting in them at this time. So I just mark them with the woohoo thing, and that way I know that I looked at it and I'll invest in it later. And like I said, I only reinvest when I get a dividend. So if I don't get a dividend, I won't reinvest. So say I'm investing in something that pays 5%. So I invest $5. If I never see a dividend from them, I'll never reinvest anymore. It'll just stay in there until they pay a dividend again. Once they start paying a dividend again, then I'll start investing more. So that way I don't risk putting too much money into something that says it will give a dividend, but it don't. Because sometimes they say they will, and they used to, but then they quit. But they forget to tell you that they are not paying a dividend anymore. Or they may not say it at that time. It may update later. I don't know, whatever. So there's like 3 that I invested in that quit paying dividends. And so because the stock went way down, just like Zem, they lowered their dividend yield because the stock went way down. So yeah, anyways, so I'm doing Edward Jones, but that's through a broker and blah blah blah. That's separate. So 10% or more yield I'm investing in Cash App. Then I'll invest in everything else through Robinhood. If Robinhood won't let me buy it, then I'll try M1 just to see what it's all about. They have limited options as well. The Minority Mindset guy referred us to M1, where before he was using Webull.
North Quincy Avenue.
I don't know why he quit using Webull or quit referring us to Webull and now refers us to M1. But M1 doesn't have as many options as Webull. So, if Robinhood don't support it, I'll go to M1, use it there, like ORC. And then if M1 doesn't have it, then I'll do it at Webull. Webull is weird. Okay. Oh yeah, okay.
Turn at the first left
I'm trying to
onto
remember
North
how I need to
Quincy
go
Avenue.
into this TJ Maxx. Because I'm delivering at the TJ Maxx. It's having me go in a weird way on my GPS. But that's not the way I want to go. So, I remember I've been here once before. And then last but not least would be Schwab. Now, I moved Vaulted from my gold or metals file folder, if you will, to the stock file folder, because Vaulted, the Minority Mindset guy referred us to it too. And it's basically digital gold, but it claims to be physical gold, but the physical gold is being held in Canada and in England. Well, I don't know if I want my physical gold that far away. So if I'm going to do physical gold, I'm probably going to do it in person or through, what was that company's called? Birch Gold. Let's see. I'm going to go to the next one and turn there. Ron Paul suggested Birch Gold, and so that is where I will more than likely be buying physical gold. But I'm gonna be using Vaulted to like a stock market to buy and sell digital gold when the market's up and down. So that's why I decided to move it to the stock section. But I'm gonna probably treat it more like crypto because it's more of a day trade thing. Maybe what I'll do is I'll rename this to dividends, and then I'll make a day trade folder in the future. And because basically these apps, with the exception of Vaulted, I'm using for dividends. I'm focusing on dividends. With Edward Jones, I've got a dividend stock, and I have a and I have my IRA. With the IRA, the dividends get reinvested into the IRA, so you can't really touch it till you retire. Where the dividend stock, I can actually touch that, I can have access to that. But right now I'm reinvesting that as well. And then eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to fund the IRA, so I don't have to. And so it's like right now $100 a week goes into that dividend account. Once I get my credit cards and everything paid down, then I'll probably do another $100 a week into my IRA. But right now I'm focusing on building up that dividend stock in Edward Jones. And then once I get that dividend stock built up to where it's paying for my IRA, then I won't have to worry about funding the IRA anymore. My dividend stock portfolio through Edward Jones will pay for it. Now that one is kind of like an S&P 500 or any other ETF where they manage it. I don't manage it. I just put money in and I just trust that they will do what's in my best interest. Anyways, I'm about to back up into the dock. I am backing into the dock. But let me log on duty. Oh, I remember this place now. These are the people that said they're going to start sending product back if the company sends them too much product and they don't have room for it. So each week $100 goes into my Edward Jones dividend account, and then 10% goes towards paying my other debts, pickup truck, my mortgage, which I'll have to increase that if I get this other property to 20%. But and then 10% goes to my insurance account, where I basically pay for my insurance, and then anything over my buffer, which is $1,000, then that's my spending money. So so that I don't have to rely on the credit cards. And then right now, basically, I'm just dumping the rest of the money into the credit cards, with the exception of if something pays more than 30 or 20%, because my credit cards are 20 and 30%, if it pays more than the interest rate on those two debts, then I'll invest in it. Although the one with the M1 was an accident, I didn't mean to do that. But anyways, it's okay. I'll work with it. But anyways, Dan wants to get the credit cards paid down, because like I said, the rest of my money goes to paying those down. And then so I am still using the 20% credit card to pay certain bills while I'm paying it and the 30% one down. But once I get the 20% one paid down as well, then I can focus. Then I can have more money in my checking account and start using my debit card, and not my credit card, or just pay it off every week when I get paid. But and then I can start investing more into dividends, and then also focus on paying down my pickup truck as quickly as possible. And then after that's paid off, then I can focus on paying down my mortgage as quickly as possible, while at the same time increasing my cash flow using dividends. Oops, cancel. I was up to $67 a month. Then it went up to $69 a month. Now it dropped down to $68 a month. But it fluctuates. And next month it'll be higher. So I gotta go. Okay. Bye. Okay. While editing this video, I thought of something and noticed something, figured something out. The other day, yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. I bought some stock and raised my dividend to $69 a month. But then today, when I documented the money that went into ORC and M1, it dropped it to $68 a month. And I noticed a maintenance fee. And I got to thinking, you know, I've got similar stocks in multiple portfolios. Hang on, I got a sticky situation. What the fuck? That was fucked up. Alright, anyway. Barely squeezed between the corn binder and the ditch. I'm on a 4-lane highway, but it's one of them back road 4-lane highways. There's this big ass corn binder going down the road, and it's not, and it's got one of its wheels in the left lane. So we had to squeeze around it. We had to slow way down. Anyways, so if I'm going to use all these apps for stocks, then I need to have whatever I have in Cash App needs to stay only in Cash App and nowhere else. Because basically I'm doubling my maintenance fee, and then I'm going to be paying more money instead of making more money. It's like, well, wait, why am I paying two or three or four or five maintenance fees with all these apps? So it looks like I can pretty much do everything I want to do or need to do in Robinhood or Webull. Now, many moons ago, a few years ago, Robinhood screwed over a bunch of people, and I wasn't sure how they did it, and that's why I had mistrust for them. But now I understand what they did. Basically, they turned off the ability to invest in certain stocks. So they were basically blocking users from being able to invest in certain stocks. And because, you know, maybe other people who had more money and power wielded them to not allow us peons, so to speak, to invest in the stock when they wanted to invest in the stock. They wanted to make more money for themselves, so they forced us smaller people out of the running, and so they can keep all the money for themselves. But the more I learn about this, the more I learn that you do want to use multiple platforms. Because, like, one minute they'll block ORC or ARR and say, oh, this stock isn't supported on this platform. And then the next minute, it's supported again. Why do they turn it on and off? I don't know. But it could be the same or similar reasons why they did it with GameStop. I think that was the stock that they did it with. GameStop a few years ago. So you got to have a backup plan. You know, Cash App will only let you invest in certain things. M1 will only let you invest in certain things. Robinhood will only let you invest in certain things. But Webull and maybe Schwab might let you invest in everything. I want an app that's not going to discriminate on what I'm allowed to invest in. So, I understand that they may or may not be doing it for our own protection. That's what they say, probably. Oh, we're just doing this for your own protection. We're looking out for you. This doesn't fit, our criteria of what we look for stocks for our people. We're looking out for your best interests. Maybe, maybe not. So, clearly Robinhood has not looked out for our best interests in the past. So it's possible they probably won't do it in the future. So, anyway, I'm going to keep playing with this the way I'm doing it now, except well, no, I'm going to leave it the way it is now for now. But what I might end up doing is just getting rid of M1 and getting rid of Cash App. That way I'm not paying extra fees. And just having Robinhood as my main one and Webull as my second main one. Because Webull gives you a lot more options than M1. And Webull, I'm starting to figure out how it works, and it's easier to use than Schwab. So, but I'm starting to figure out Schwab too. But still, Webull's easier to use than Schwab, and Robinhood's easier to use than all of the above. So anyway, so maintenance fees. So that's why my stocks went up and then or my dividends went up and then they went back down because of maintenance fees. So, as soon as ORC stock goes back up, I'm probably going to cash it out of M1 and move it over to Webull, or maybe I'll try and use their credit card. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know why the Minority Mindset guy referred us to M1 when it's more restrictive than Webull, and he was previously referring us to Webull. So, not sure, but I think I like Webull better. Yeah. Alright. Party on.